Hello guys, I am Devansh Vikram and my visa just got approved around 10 days back. So a little bit about myself. I am currently a final year computer science undergrad at Vellore Institute of Technology, Chennai, and I'll be going to New York University for my masters in computer science at the Tandon School of Engineering. So I thought that I should make a video talking about my whole visa process, about what documents I took, what documents were actually required there, the questions my visa officer asked me, and the whole process, like from the moment you step in to the moment you step out. So this video is going to be about all that. So just a quick brief about the whole visa process for people who probably don't know about this in much detail. As a student, the visa we are applying for is called the F1 visa, and there are two different interviews for this. Not interviews, like you're supposed to go to the consulate on two separate occasions. The first one is called the OFC. That's the biometrics. Your photo will be taken there, and your thumbprints and like your fingerprints will be taken there. All 10 fingers, or it's called 10 prints, 10 printed. This is the OFC appointment, and the other one is the consular appointment. That's the main interview where you meet the visa officer, like the American from the American embassy, from the American consulate. So this will be the proper interview where they're gonna ask you a couple of questions. It doesn't really last long. For me, it lasted around, I think, 5-6 minutes. For people I've heard, it even lasts around 10-15 minutes as well. But it depends on the visa officer and the consulate. Now there's different locations for the appointments. So we have one embassy in India, that's the Delhi embassy, obviously, and we have four different consulates. We have one in Kolkata, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Chennai. So these are the four consulates and one embassy in Delhi. You can choose any of these. I don't think it matters a lot. You might hear from a lot of people that so and so consulate, the visa officer at so and so consulate is very strict, very stern. You have a lot of rejections in this city. Some might say no, go for this city. It has very chill officers. I don't think it's a very fair comparison, because everyone has just been to one consulate, right? So you can't really guess how the people at the other consulate are with respect to your consulate or embassy. I personally went to the Kolkata consulate for both my OFC and my consular, and the officers seemed pretty chill. So, and that's just my opinion, but you never know how the people at the other embassies are gonna be like. So my OFC appointment was on the 28th of April 2025 in Kolkata, and it's a very basic procedure. You will be in and out in, I say, 10-15 minutes max. My appointment timing was 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and I think I was there by 12:15 ish. But they didn't let any of us in before 12:45 for the 1 p.m. appointment. So they'll just let you in before 15 minutes, and this is only the biometrics. So um, it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. Just carry your documents. Your photo will be taken, so just wear something nice. You don't have to wear, full suit and pants. I just wore a normal shirt. I saw some people in, full formal attire. I saw a couple other people in just normal t-shirts and just lowers. So even that works. Dress for the place. Like, don't be too casual there. But I don't. It does not make a difference. About the documents that you need to carry, the important documents are your DS-160 confirmation page. That, I think, is the document you need, because that's the only document my officer asked me for. Other than that, also carry your appointment confirmation. That is not actually required, but it will be asked for, by the guards and the other people outside the consulate. That, just because they'll ask you what time is your appointment, and they just want to confirm that you're an actual candidate here. Other than that, it may depend from consulate to consulate even, but obviously carry your passport. I think that should have been number one. So carry your passport, carry your DS-160 confirmation, carry your appointment confirmation, carry your service fee receipt, and also carry your appointment fee receipt. I think these are the 4 or 5 documents that you need to carry. You can also carry your I-20. Um, See, they will most likely only ask for your DS-160 confirmation, but it's good to have these other documents handy as well. So these are the documents you need for your OFC appointment. Um, to give you a quick brief about the process, so again, like the entry and exit, it will depend from consulate to consulate. But you enter, there's a queue. You get in the queue one. There should be one counter where they'll ask for your passport, your and your DS-160 confirmation. Might ask for any other document as well. They'll just confirm your name, and they might put like a sticker at the back of your passport as well. And then you need to get in the queue, and these different kiosks where there's different officers sitting behind these. Now these officers will most likely be Indian. They're just there to take your picture and your 10 prints. That's it. They'll ask for your DS-160 confirmation and your passport. They'll just verify your name, probably your date of birth as well. It depends. They'll take your picture, your fingerprints, and that's it. And then you're out of there. So, like I said, it's 10-15 minutes. It's a 10-15 minute process. That's it. So this is all about the OFC process, the biometrics, and again, no biggie. Don't worry about this. Just carry your documents and wash your face. I think that's all the prerequisite for your OFC appointment. Now the main thing, your consular appointment. That's the thing which people dread the most. So my OFC appointment was on the 5th of May, 2025. My appointment was again in Kolkata at 8 a.m. in the morning. So this is the appointment where you will be interviewed by the U.S. officer. Now these are like the U.S. citizens, like the U.S. people, American people. So don't get overwhelmed by this, because I don't know how others might think about this. That there's an American gonna ask you some questions. What if you don't understand their accent? What if you say something wrong? Don't overthink. Okay, this is what they do for a living. So even if you mess anything up a little bit, it'll be fine. I'm sure they'll like if you make up for it and with your actual answers. I think they're gonna just ignore that. So my like I said, my appointment was at on 5th. I'll just tell you the questions. Okay, before that, the documents required. So people do actually carry like a ton of different documents. I'll tell you the documents that are actually required, which my officer asked me. It's your passport, your I-20, and your service fee receipt. That is it. Even the service fee receipt is not asked most of the times. But when we were in the queue, the Indian officers, they just said that please, for all the F1 applicants, please take out your passport, I-20, and your service fee receipt. So, and when I was like in front of the my visa, like actual interviewer, my officer, he just said, please pass me down your documents. So I passed him all these three documents: my passport, I-20, and service fee receipt. But most likely you will only be asked for your passport and your I-20. That is it. These are the actual docs required. Now I'll tell you what other documents you should have. Um, have your visa related documents. That's your the same documents that you may have carried during your OFC. The service fee receipt, your MRV fee receipt. That's the appointment visa appointment receipt. Your visa confirmation. You don't need to carry your DS-160. Just carry your DS-160 confirmation. You may carry your DS-160 as well, but that's only gonna be for you. For you to refer to if you want to check your answers or some other details. These are your visa documents. Carry your if you have a scholarship from your university, carry that. Obviously, your university acceptance letter, carry that. These are the university specific documents. I think I already said I-20. That's like the first thing you need. Carry your financial statements. By financial statements, I mean if you have a loan sanction, carry the loan sanction letter. Carry the ITRs of the last 2 years of both your parents, because I'm assuming your parents will be sponsoring, or if your grandparents or uncle, aunt, or any other family members, if they whoever is sponsoring your education, basically carry their ITR of the last 2 or 3 years, financial years. On top of this, also carry the total what do you call it, like the whole assets, the whole funds you have, like by you I mean your parents or your sponsors. It would be like, it will be a lot of documents if you carry each individual um, document from each bank. So you might want to get this a CA, a letter from your CA, which basically consolidates all the different assets and the funds that you have. The liquid funds, the FDs, any policies, any loans that you might have, any investments, everything. It's all consolidated in one sheet of paper. So even that works. You may also need to get an affidavit signed from both of your sponsors that they're actually sponsoring your education. Um, these are just some things which are would be handy to have. Um, Now, depending on your sponsors, you might need a few other documents as well. Uh, Let me clarify: you don't need these documents. It's just good to have, safe to have these documents. Um, so yeah, these are the documents that you have. If you, for example, if your parents or your sponsors have a business, they might ask for a business proof. If they're salaried, then probably I don't. They don't need the salary slips. If you're working, then they will need your salaries, the salary documents. Um, I was not working, so I'm going directly after my masters. I don't exactly know the exact documents that you need if you're working. I will attach a list of the documents in the description as well. So if I missed out on something, you can check the description for that. Okay. So these are the documents that you need. Now I'll tell you about all the questions that were asked. So my appointment was at 8 o'clock in the morning. I stood in the queue at 7:30. Now, an important thing to note here is that all the people who have an appointment at 8 o'clock, not all of these are F1 applicants. You'll find a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds. Some might be for B1, B2 visa. Old people, uncle, auntie, are who are going to meet their son or daughter. Should have just said children, right? Okay, who are just going to meet the children, or families going for a trip in the US. So you'll find all sorts of people applying for all sorts of visa. So it may be a bit crowded. So do reach at least half an hour before. You won't be allowed inside anyway before. But it's just nice to be there. We Indians have that mentality that if the appointment time is at 8, to be there minimum by 7:30. So I was there by 7:30. Obviously, I went inside by 8, and I came out around after my interview and everything by 8:40. So my interview, full disclosure, was a bit short, but majorly just two questions. But don't get tricked by this. Other people do have heavy interviews, like the visa officers grind them a little bit. But again, don't get overwhelmed by this. Don't get too nervous. I'll just tell you my questions. So yeah, sorry about that. So the first question was, I don't remember the exact phrasing. I'll tell you like what the question was about. The first question was, why have you chosen to pursue a master's at NYU Tandon? So NYU is university I'm going. Tandon is the name of the school. So this was the first question. So uh, obviously I answered what I had prepared for. Couple of things to note here. You will most likely practice for your interviews, right? Like you probably have a few mock interviews, but don't memorize your answers. Don't sound over prepared. You should sound natural there. If they even catch a glimpse that even if they even catch a hint that you have memorized your answers, you've mucked up all the words, all these technical words, and you're just gonna throw them out, then you might get rejected. Because I saw one kid, he had the same visa officer as me. I think he was a bachelor student, like he was going for bachelor's. I don't remember the name of the university he was going for, but he was in full suit and pants, and the officer asked him. So he asked him like a bunch of questions, and the last question that the officer asked him was, "What are your plans after?" after you finish your education. So the answer that you're supposed to give is that I will be coming back to India, and I will be getting a job here, or whatever you want to say. Okay, like the main part is that you will be coming back to India. So that kid, what he was answering, he sounded too prepared, like he had marked up all the answers. Like he had his hands like locked in front of him like this, and he was just he was just saying that, officer, I will be coming back to India, and I want to help my mother, and because my family is here, and like it did not sound like he was actually thinking and answering. Again, this is just what I perceive. This is just my opinion there, but I'm fairly certain that the officers don't want you to memorize the answers and just vomit it out there. So try to sound natural. Try to actually think, even if you've memorized, just you have to lie a bit. Um, about my particular answer, because this is a very common question that you will 100%, 99% be asked, that why have you chosen this university, or why have you chosen this program. The answer is most likely going to be the same. Focus on the curriculum and the ranking. If your university does not have a really high ranking, then you can just focus on the curriculum. That the curriculum is very updated. The curriculum is very relevant to your own course of action, stuff like that. Okay, like phrase it in your own words, but this is what you should be targeting. So during in my answer, I use the word updated. That the curriculum, the syllabus is very updated. So my second question was, what do you mean when you say that the syllabus is updated for NYU? So I answered that the things they're teaching are relevant. I mean, what updated essentially means. Other universities also have these programs, but what they're teaching is a bit outdated. It came out into, like, I'm interested in, say, machine learning, which I'm sure half the people would be interested in here. So the technology that they're using came out in the 2010s or 15. They're not teaching anything in the other universities, the latest things, NYU is doing that. So stuff like that. Um, okay, so my third question and the second actual major question was, how will you be funding in education? Again, this is a very common question, and you will most likely be asked this. So answer it accordingly. I said, so I mentioned my I-20 amount, which was, I believe, around $76,000. So I said my parents are covering that through their funds of $80,000, and I also have a loan sanction from so and so bank of so and so amount, and I also have a scholarship of so and so amount. This is what I said. So my uh, I got my scholarship after I had my I-20 issued. So it was not on my I-20, and the I-20 is the document that the officer had in his hand. So I said, officer, and also, yeah, important thing, don't call them sir or ma'am, call them officer. So I said, officer, actually the I got my scholarship after I received my I-20. That is why it's not there on my I-20. So he was like, yeah, okay, okay. Like, he did not ask me for any proof. Even for my loan, he didn't ask me for any proof. And so I think I might have phrased my last answer a bit wrong, probably. So, sorry again. So I said my I-20 amount is $76,000, and my parents will be funding that through their funds of $80,000. Now, I did not mean that my parents only have $80,000. I meant that out of 76, they said that they'll give me 80,000 out of all their assets. I might have rephrased, I might have phrased this wrong, or I don't know the problem here exactly. But the next question was, so your parents will be funding a big chunk of the total amount. Won't that be a problem? I said, no, officer. They're both employed, they're both doctors, so they have considerable savings, and they both earn up to so and so amount per annum, so it will be fine. It's not a problem. Now, I gave this answer in a very natural way, so there was no reason for him to question me even more. I said, no, it's not a problem. And then he was just going through my DS160. The DS160 is available for them on their laptop, on their desktop. You don't need to give it to them. So I think he was just going through that, or he was just typing a little bit, and just after a bit he just said, so okay, you also have a tourist visa. It wasn't really a question, I believe it was more like a remark. So I just said, yes, officer, I had a family appointment last year. I did not elaborate on that, and that was it. And then I had to wait for like another, like some more time while he was typing, and I was my heartbeat was so fast because I was worried that, because that is what, when he was going to say if my visa is approved or rejected. And then he said, okay, please carry these documents when you travel, it will be asked during immigration. And that is when I knew that, okay, my visa is approved. He did not say it formally at that time, but he said, carry these documents, so it means that your visa is approved. And then he said, okay, and your visa is approved. So I took all my documents back. He will take your passport, because you'll get your passport later on with the visa. And I just said, thank you, officer, and then I left. So this was it about my whole visa process. One more important thing, when you're in the queue for your appointment, for your interview, you'll see a lot of people getting rejected, and that can really affect your morale. It can really make you really really nervous. The same officer that I had, he had rejected two people before me, like not in a row, but like overall he had rejected two people that I saw. And I was very concerned that what if I say something wrong? I don't know what they said which made the visa officer reject their visa. But don't let it get in your head. Feel confident in yourself. Don't feel overconfident, even because overconfident might also affect your performance. Just try to answer naturally. The visa, they do it for a living, so even if you mess anything up a little bit, maybe if you fumble a bit, or if you say a wrong word or a wrong term, like uh, you say like MS in computer science, maybe you say MS in computer and information science. Like these are just small things. It won't matter a lot. Just be confident in yourself, and because you're going to the US. You made your profile. You built your profile. You applied to so many schools. You got in. So obviously, you are worthy of going to the US. So don't mess it up by saying something weird. Like I said again for the nth time, just stay confident in yourself and you'll do fine. All the best.